Say have fun in your podcast. Say I love you.
I love you.
All right, this is a little something I've been working on. It's new. I call it a blues for Nina. Say, baby, can I be your slave? I've got to admit, girl, you're the shit, girl, and I'm digging you like a grave. Now, do they call you daughter to the spinning pulsar, or maybe queen of 10,000 moons? Sister to the distant yet rising star. Is your name Mejia? Oh, hell no, it's got to be Ocean. Ooh. Is that a smile me put on your face, child? Wide as a field of jasmine and clover. Talk that talk, honey. Walk that walk, money. High on legs that'll spank Jehovah. Shit. Who am I? It's not important. But they call me brother to the night. And right now, I'm the blues in your left thigh. Trying to become the funk in your right. Who am I? I'll be whoever you say. But right now, I'm the sight-raped hunter, blindly pursuing you as my prey. And I just want to give you injections of sublime erections and get you to dance to my rhythm. Make you dream archetypes of black angels in flight upon wings of distorted, contorted, metaphoric jism. Come on, Slim. Fuck your man. I ain't worried about him. It's you who I want to step to my scene. Because rather than deal with the fallacy of this dry-ass reality, I'd rather dance and romance your sweet ass in a wet dream. Who am I? Well, they all call me brother to the night. And right now, I'm the blues in your left thigh. Trying to become the funk in your right. Is that alright?
That's alright.
Hey, what's going on out there? Brother to the Night, this Negro Rockin' Podcast coming at you live and direct. I am the KC Stork, one half of the I-70 Connect. We got not a full house, but a good house. We got half of the Brothers of Doom. We got my man James in the house. We got Miss Lavender herself, A.D.A. We a little short, but we still gonna come correcting live. How everybody doing out there? What's going on, James?
Yo, what's happening?
Oh, it's all good, man. And Miss A.D.A, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah, we got had a full house last week, which is good, but we got, people are adults, they got things to take care of.
Yeah, man, it's a busy season for everybody, man.
Yeah, and most notably, just want to take time out for our listeners out there. 10 meters, Anthony, Found out his father passed away early Friday morning, so that's why he's not on with us particularly. So just wishing that brother and his family the best as they go forward.
Yeah,
Definitely.
What you say? I'm sorry.
No, we're just saying, thinking about you, praying for the family, having strength in this time.
My bad. And I felt a little selfish because it's like, I don't know, me and 10 minutes together. That's why sometimes you can hear him laughing in the background when I'm recording because he's there sometimes right next to me. But anyway, I woke up and that brother told me, and I talked to A.D.A about it, and it was just automatically I was 18 years old, driving back from Topeka, going home after hearing about my father's passing. So I mean, I definitely know, and I we talked about in the pregame. I hate when people say, "Oh well, he was older," or "Whoa, well, you knew about it because my father had cancer." Well, at least you knew about it. I really hate that shit. So we don't do that shit here. No one that I know. Yeah. So it's just love you, man, and just hope we here for you if you need anything, pimp. You and your family.
Sir.
So, somber moment, but we will move on. How you doing, Miss A.D.A? What's going on out there in the big city, the Big Apple? Oh, it's baseball season. You right down the street from the stadium.
Baseball season. And today I was very happy to look out my window and not see the baseball flags outside. I only saw soccer flags, which means a more civilized crowd.
So explain to us what happens when you wake up and you see the flags. What does that alert you to? What does that mean for your day?
If I see the flags, it means either if it's a weekend, I'm not going out until the game starts, at which point I can walk the streets very peacefully and calmly because the police block everything. But if you make it outside either before the game or just after the game, there's a bunch of drunken white people walking around, mostly white people, walking around being unruly, littering everywhere, walking around being obscene and everything, or crowding up the subways on the way to the game or on the way back from the game. So you just gotta live in here. You gotta schedule your life around baseball.
I love it.
Which is 161 games a year, and it's usually 5 days of games in a row. Anytime they play here at Yankee Stadium.
I mean, I'm glad Joe's not on because he would probably have an erection just hearing about all that baseball.
I can see it out the window right here.
As you heard from the previous podcast.
Yeah, were you across the street?
Yeah.
It's it's literally, I'm looking at the stadium right now. The lights are on.
Okay.
It's right there.
Yeah. I was telling you, it's like...
I'm looking at I don't know which way I've never been inside. No, I've been inside once, but I don't know which way it faces. So, but I'm looking at it right now.
It's less than half a mile. Less than that. Yeah, she's very close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, Brother James, I mean, it's getting close.
Bruh. And it's always something every day. Do this, today was I forgot that I need to get a ring for myself.
That's kind of important.
Yeah.
So
I was like, oh, that's cool. We'll just run up to the mall real quick and get a ring. But I was size 14, so that's a problem.
God damn. Big ass hands you got, nigga.
Special order that bad boy, and they was like, oh yeah, we can get that for you in 8 weeks. We was like, nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. I got to have this ring.
8 weeks. 2 weeks, pimp. Are they gonna have to call?
Can you find it online somewhere?
Nah. Well, I should have just went to the place where I got the engagement ring. Shout out to Noble House Jewelry in Overland Park.
Shout out.
I went out there and they hooked me up.
Okay.
Damn, 8 weeks. They gonna have to call fucking 30 Thor.
Minutes, 30 minutes. We had it hooked up. They said it'll be here next Saturday. We good.
Oh, nice. So, are you guys gonna do the? My siblings, a couple of them, and some of my friends have gotten also the silicone ones for when if you're ever on vacation somewhere and don't want to take your regular metal rings. It fits on you and it's flexible, so if your fingers grow or shrink, they can
Oh, real?
Yeah. And they have different colors.
Seen them. I didn't know what the purpose was of the silicone ring.
I know a lot of people in my job, they wear them in the medical field because they're taking them on and off all the time, especially when they're scrubbing it out of surgical areas. So it's like...
They just
Wait, so they leave the silicone one all the time, even when they're scrubbed in?
No, it's just they just wear the silicone one to work and leave their...
It's easier to take that on and off.
And leave their regular ring at home, and then during the weekend or whenever they're not at work, they wear their regular.
So really,
ring.
it's just a way to still represent.
Yeah.
But not risking your ring and being lost or damaged or whatever.
Yeah, but some people, they still put them fucking, especially the women, especially they got like a big ass ring, they be putting them rings on them gloves. I'm like,
inside the glove?
Inside the glove. Well, not there in the stereo field. The stereo field, they take the gloves off. They're doing like a clean procedure where you got the regular ass gloves on. They still put it on.
Can't that mess up the glove and ruin the whole sterilization process?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they won't wear the ring when they're doing a sterile technique, but you have clean procedures where it's a little different.
But I'm just talking about just putting it inside one of those gloves. Isn't that going to possibly tear the glove?
Yes, it possibly can tear the glove. And that's why they tell you should not wear the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, fuck that, I'm wearing my ring.
I want, shit, especially if it's big, I guess. They like, shit, I want people to know, blang, blang.
Blang, blang. Every time I come around, take that bang, bang.
But I was just saying, you said 8 weeks, though. I was wondering, they're going to have to call not Thanos, they call Thor to come in and reignite the star to make your motherfucking ring, nigga.
All right, yeah. Hey, but real talk, though.
Yeah.
I almost got a Lord of the Rings ring.
Wow.
What does that look like?
It's just a gold ring, but it's got the Elvis writing on it, like the One Ring does.
Mm-hmm.
And she was cool with it, but I couldn't get one in my size, and it took too long to get.
Nah, only if you wear the
anniversary.
Later down the road, though.
Yeah.
Only if you
I got the one ring.
Only if you do only if you address as Gandalf again.
Oh right. I forgot I was Gandalf.
Let's see these pictures. Do you have pictures of this?
This is way before.
Hey, Pimp, I still got all kind of videos on tape.
Oh,
man,
shit.
You need to convert those.
No, did not convert those.
I need to get them converted. I just found them like a month ago.
I
still intact though.
I was in a diaper. I went his baby New Year.
Yeah,
he had a Halloween party.
Joe was what? He was Silver Dollar.
Silver Dollar.
Silver Dollar.
He had a bunch of quarters. He made it to a cross. Oh my god, this nigga James.
Like a white beater on with like bullet holes.
He had white beater with like bullet holes, like bloody bullet holes. This nigga James had a shower rod that was a fucking staff. He was Gandalf.
I had a hot ass. I found like this white robe.
Hey, no,
it had this white wig. Oh, it was so hot. It was so warty.
Hey, dog, remember we was like, to get in, you gotta like take 2 shots, or you gotta fucking do a beer bong.
All right.
To come in the party.
You drink a terrible shot that we just make up on the fly, or you gotta do a beer bong.
Hey, people.
Or oil thing. A funnel.
That was a good party, dog. That was you had that house down there, dog. That was a good spot.
Oh, we was tearing it up for a minute. And we had some nice parties down there.
And not to get off track though. Remember that's back in the day. Remember scare tactics used to come on. We used to fucking we would try to leave Crenton.
I got off early than everybody else. I would run home and tape the first episode.
Yep. And then I'll be like right behind.
We watch the second episode live, and then we go back and watch the one I taped.
Yep. It'll be straight there.
That was like for real Friday nights.
Yep.
Hey, we did not miss scare tactics. It'd be like 6, 7 people come to my house and we watch it.
We would just old white women. That was our golden girls.
Yep.
These niggas is like, hey, boy, you going home? Yeah, I'll be right behind you, pimp.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, hey, man, they have like, hey, ain't it about time you leave? Because you need to take that first episode of Scare Tactics. Like, yep, you right, dog. You right. I'm out.
Well, hey, but since we're going down memory lane, though, Thursday night karaoke.
Oh yeah, at Lafferty's.
Yeah, bro. Little home. That was our version of Cheers, bro.
Yeah.
That was our version of Cheers.
We had this place. It was basically our place because we'd be the only ones in there.
Cause that place was like literally like dying. Like when we first started going there, and I forgot who brought it up to us. Like, oh, it's just a little spot, a little hole in the wall. Like, okay, and I remember
whoever knew the Samoan chick that was the bartender.
Yeah, somebody knew the Samoan chick.
Somebody knew her.
And from there, it was like, and I remember the first time going there, I'm like, ooh, nigga, do I need a gun before I go in this motherfucker?
Right. It was like, yeah.
Remember they had a little pool room, and I'm doing air quotes, y'all, because I know this is not a video podcast. It was basically a pool table in this back room. So if a shootout started, nigga, it was a wrap. You was dying back there on them pool balls, nigga.
It was so small a room, you couldn't really play pool.
No. No.
It was a mini stick.
Wow.
You had to use the mini stick because you couldn't the big one.
Hey, you using that little bitty stick that come with them kids fucking pool tables, nigga.
Exactly. That's what it was too. It was the pool cue that came with the mini cool when you was a kid.
Hey, but that was some that was some good shit though.
Games in one thing.
Yeah. That was some good shit though.
Pool, a fake ping pong game, Chinese checkers, and
that was some good
and all that kind of shit.
We were like cause that was one of the last podcasts we were talking about like breaking up fights and shit. That was like one of the spots where like niggas was breaking up fights. We were like patrons.
But I was real bad about that. I did that everywhere.
Yeah. I mean
yeah. Oh, but the one night I almost started to fight.
But I think that was on accident though.
No. I didn't know I didn't know he was taking me seriously.
Yeah, dog, because I was like...
Because I don't know, who was that chick? I don't even know who she was.
I don't know, man, bro, we used to be so drunk, bro. We would be so... And it was just straight beer drunk, too. The worst drunks of all the drunks in the world. Beer drunk.
Yeah. Like this chick, she knew somebody I knew, but I guess this dude was trying to talk to her, and she didn't want to talk to him no more. And I said, you want me to pretend like I'm your man or something? She's like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. And I just went way over the top. I did that shit like Eddie Murphy did in 48 Hours. I was like, you messing with my wife, man?
And that nigga was like, we can go outside then. I was like, oh, no, we not. Nobody's going outside, my nigga.
Guns, and I was like, and he thought I was really, I was like, oh. And I got up and I was like, it's just jokes, y'all. I was just kidding.
But no, we used to be so deep in there. And who was it? The Vietnamese, was he Vietnamese? He was Asian. The cat that owned the crib, the spot. Yeah.
I think he was Vietnamese.
Yeah, he was a cool cat, man. Yeah, that was some good shit though.
Name is Lynn.
Lynn, yup. He used to love us. He know that motherfucking just the dollars about to come in.
All his business on, man. We the only one spending money on Thursday. He was not worth having to open on Thursday if it wasn't for us.
Yep. Like I said, it literally was like we went in there. It was like 2 people. And then, like, we would be like at work, hey, y'all.
Right, we come $10, $15.
$3 for a liter of beer. Basically. And then karaoke. And some bullshit food. Come on, come through. But that's good. Yeah.
Anyway. That's nice.
My bad. My tangent. But yeah, it's all good over here this side. Took a little nap. Been up since 4 this morning. Had a drill. I got like 3 or 4 more, and I'm getting the fuck out. I can't wait. They could literally bring a wheelbarrow of money, and I'll be like, I don't care. I want my freedom, and I never want to shave my face ever again in this life. So anyway.
Hey, I hear you, bro. I'm surprised you did this long.
Dog, after that Fort Hood shit, dog, I was like, I am fucking done. This nigga came in here and killed people that I know. And then I was like, damn. I got like 6 more years left. I should finish.
He kept like, well.
Yeah.
I remember you tried to hide the shit when you re-upped that one time.
Yeah, I did.
He was like, hey man.
I treated the army like a side bitch.
Right.
Because I was talking straight shit, like, man, fuck the army, fuck all this shit, man.
Because you were talking about, I'm getting out.
Getting this out.
My freedom. And you was like, man.
Them niggas said, so,
they gave you this bonus, dog.
Hey, dog, so you want $15,000 tax free? Oh, what?
Right.
No taxes?
Right.
No taxes. I was like, okay, but I'm not going to invite nobody to the ceremony. Is that okay? And then niggas are like, I think, I was like, I got drilled next week. They're like, didn't you say you was getting out, nigga? I was like, see what had happened was.
Right. See the way my bank account is set up.
Yeah, the way my checkers and savings is set up, they need more checkers and savings. You see what I'm saying? And the army did that.
And you put 20 in. There it is.
Yeah, and yeah, what I got to show for it, a couple thousand every month in PTSD, nigga. That's about it. I hope it was worth it. I can't sit in doctor's offices with my back to the door, nigga. That's what I got for it. But hey, we can laugh at it now, right?
Right, and I remember you used to lie about that shit too.
What?
When you was over, you was like, "Nah, man, I don't be out in the field." I'd be like,
I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't like a like infantry kicking in doors and shit like that. But you see shit. Hey, I mean, like
but you went on patrol though, didn't you?
There's a few times we had to go out and about. There's a few times. Then, like, especially in Iraq.
You're a grown-ass, capable-ass soldier. They ain't just letting you chill in the office and shit.
Well, my first deployment, though, because the first time in Iraq, though, and it was like, really, like, if you ever seen Mad Max Terrordome, nigga, it was, nigga, the postal unit. Back then, I wish we had iPhones and all that shit. I had to take a picture. Nigga, they had this. This is for fucking mail runs, dog. Mail runs, nigga. The post office. What's up, Joe?
Oh, there he is. Damn.
What up, nigga?
What's up? Hold on. So they got these two. Basically, no, it wasn't two. They had one big ass like Connex, and they cut a hole on both sides, a hole in the back. They had a 50 cal on both sides, nigga, and then like. They got it's a Mark 19, which is
the gas station.
Pump that gas, nigga.
Yeah, nigga. They called us from the gas station.
They had a Mark 19, Mark 18, whatever, which is basically a grenade launcher out the back.
Right.
This is the fucking postal unit, dog. Wow. This is like they like, hey, who won't come with us make this mail run? Nigga, what the? I mean, I was like, cause like my first time like there, I was like, I ain't doing shit but sitting on base, nigga. Let's make it happen. Them niggas pulled around. I was like, nigga, are we going to hell to fight Satan? Or we delivering mail, nigga? Anyway, hey, what's up, Joe?
What up?
What's up? Damn, nigga, where the dollars at? Where the dollars at? Hey Joe, welcome to the podcast. Now the brothers of Doom are fully united. Here to wreak havoc.
Give us an update. What's going on in the street?
What's going on in the street?
On the street reporter.
Live in the streets.
Well, there's a hurricane coming in, and we're wind's blowing real wild. I was outside, but I don't know.
There ain't no niggas with no beards out in no hurricanes. All the niggas out in hurricanes ain't got no facial hair.
Probably been blown straight off. You like the Nah, we just came back from urgent care. A little scared and strep, so it sounds like negative. We're gonna get some ibuprofen and
good stuff.
Yeah, my baby's right.
You tell the baby?
Nah, just the oldest one right now. So we'll see. We're trying to make sure it don't spread through the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Black daddies matter.
Yes, indeed.
No, we ain't talking about that. We really got too deep into it.
Yeah, you missed the trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
We was talking about when we used to have parties at the crib back on Michigan.
Oh man, with the baby New Year.
Baby.
Yep. Baby New Year Gandalf and half dollar.
$50, dog.
$50.
Silver dollar. Cause No.
It was 4 quotas.
$4,
something like that.
I know you was like, what was your slogan? Oh, it was a beat a bitch or die trying.
Beat a bitch or die. Wow, we were problematic. Wing. The president.
That would not be acceptable.
That is not PC culture, my nigga.
Another
lifetime.
Was
definitely another lifetime.
I mean, fuck. I was walking around the house in a diaper. I mean, drinking gin out of a bottle.
Yes.
Good time.
So I need y'all to recover the videos of this.
We don't need no videos of this. Burn all that shit.
That was the Stone Ages. There wasn't no video.
Well, James talking about he got some fucking 8mm film.
I do got some tape still.
He got them Zabruder films, nigga. Motherfucking.
Right, yeah, like your grade school.
Yeah.
Put the reel on.
Back and to the left.
Feed it through the thing.
Back and to the left.
And somebody just dated themselves.
My bad.
Who had the reels in grade school, nigga?
I did, nigga. I had that shit too, dog.
That was like a big deal. Hey, man. When you be in class and the teacher rolling that cart with the reel-to-reel projector
we had both. Yeah, we had both.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie, Warfare Elementary had both.
You ain't got to for real learn today? We can just watch a movie or something?
Oh, man.
Or take a nap?
Take a nap.
Oh, man.
Or you watch the Challenger spaceship explode right in front of your face.
Oh, actually, I watched that live.
I did too, nigga. Hey, dog. Hey, dog. I shouldn't be laughing, dog.
Big deal. Nobody knew it was gonna blow up.
Yeah.
But like the whole school was watching.
Because they had the teacher on there. The teacher was on there, so they like all the schools, nigga. It was like no learning. They pulled all the kids.
Was going up, and that bug exploded. And everybody just kind of looked at each other like, "Was that
nigga?
Real?
Nigga.
Like
Wofford Elementary, 3rd grade, nigga. I remember we was sitting in that classroom, nigga. Our eyes was big as shit.
I think I was like 8th grade, so that's about 85, 86.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably was too young to remember.
Nah,
I feel like we used to watch those things, but
you had to.
Yeah, that's probably when they stopped.
How old are you, Joe?
Oh yeah, that was the last.
What you 40?
They put it in the schools.
40, yeah.
Okay, so you're a year behind me. Yeah, because I was like 3rd grade. I remember we was at Warfield Elementary. They pulled that cart in there, like, oh, it's gonna be the first teacher to be in space. Yeah. Nigga, it's like. Niggas is like, ooh.
Looks like it's gonna be the last teacher in space.
She did. Actually, there was no teacher in space. She did not make it into that.
She ain't nothing but space now.
Thanos came through and snapped his fingers, nigga. Oh shit! Thanos said, "No."
Always shows up.
Huh?
The duck boat always makes an appearance.
The duck boat. I don't know why we laughing, dog. I'm just laughing, dog, because we didn't know what to do, and them teachers was just like, nigga. They look.
Nah, the teacher was like,
nigga, George.
I think teacher in our class.
Did the teachers turn it off, or they were just like?
Yeah, no, that's what happened. Like, it blew up, and everybody just went. It's like one audible gas.
Hey.
And the teacher just like looked at us and looked back at the TV and just cut that bad boy out.
Hey, I put it this way, George Bush reacted better when he found out about them buildings than them teachers, nigga.
I was in the classroom on 9/11.
All the teachers got together in the hallway because make sure it was real.
Nigga, yeah. Like I said, George Bush acted better, nigga. He was. Do I keep reading this book, or what we gonna do, nigga?
That's crazy. Yo, I was teaching on 9/11. I remember that day.
Damn.
But,
I was at work that day.
Nigga,
I was too.
Nigga, I was in bed asleep, and I remember my brother Damon called me. Nigga, you going to war? I was like, huh? What happened? And he said, turn the TV on, nigga. I turned the TV on. Everything was on fire, nigga. I was like, oh, maybe.
I think I was working the day shift that day. I was on unit, because I was on unit 5 at Cred. And I was standing there like watching the news with one of the kids. And that building, and the plane went into the building, and that mug turned to me and just said, we just went to war. And I'm just like, whoa. I was like, damn, I think you're right.
I remember coming to work and everybody like asking, "You leaving?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't make these decisions, nigga."
Like, man, Rod. I said, they probably coming to get Roger right now.
Hey, niggas used to really be awesome. They coming to get you, nigga. Like, no,
right, they pick you up.
They'll just call me and I'll drive to the Topeka willingly. And like, yeah, I went to Bosnia. I did not go to Iraq my first deployment. That was crazy. Anyway. So, hey, what's going on, Joe? Anything to add? Anything? You weren't in the weekly roundup.
No, I'm just, like I said, that's what's going on right now. We had soccer games today. Had a week of track meets. Got a week of track meets coming up next week.
All right.
Yeah, man. So I'm probably gonna mute for a second and start driving and try to listen and chime in when I can.
Okay, no problem.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me go over here. Go back to here. And it's funny, like Joe chimed in right when we about to talk about his favorite boo, Candice Owens, to testify in congressional hearing on hate crimes and white nationalism. He probably just look. I'm not talking about this.
Well, shit. I mean, is she testifying because she's white and like justify her involvement?
I mean, like
crimes and white nationalism. Is that what it is?
Like I told Joe in the chat group, I read the headline like 7 times and had to like. I'm not gonna click on it. I'm not gonna. And I finally clicked on it. And so the hearing will examine, I'm going to read the quote. The hearing will examine hate crimes, the impact that white nationalist groups have on American communities, and the spread of white identity ideology. The hearing will also foster ideas about what social media companies can do to stem white nationalist propaganda and hate speech online, the committee said in a statement.
But according to Candice Owens, there are no hate groups and there is no white nationalism and there's no racism.
Right.
According to her.
Did she? Ho. See, I clicked out so I could, when the car turned on, it wouldn't fuck up the audio. But did they already testify on that?
Wait a minute. I don't think so.
This
I think
it's.
It doesn't say the date.
Next week.
Next week, yeah. So it's supposed to be next week, like A.D.A. said. This is the same woman who brought us, if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. This is the same woman that brought us that quote.
Yeah, man.
But she's the woman that's supposed to go.
And she basically say, if he just would have killed the Jews and not tried to take over the world, he'd been cool.
Mm-hmm. Basically, if he had just stuck within his nation,
yeah,
he would have been fine.
Well,
just kill off your Jews and all that. We cool with that.
I don't know what else she said about that, but she did say the problem is he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German. She said that's the only problem that he had. Not that he was putting niggas in the gas chambers.
You say dreams outside of.
Quote. This ain't me paraphrasing. This is her quote. But this is the bitch that's going to. I'm sorry. The woman is going to talk to the congressional committee about.
No, I don't think. I didn't read that she said that killing the Jews. I don't think she went that far into it from what I read.
No, I never heard that.
I did not read that. I just inferred.
But she did say white nationalism in Germany was okay.
Pretty much.
He tried to globalize it, and that was the problem.
No, the fact that she was saying his only problem was
as if genocide wasn't part of that nationalism.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
But they were
so it's
Jews,
kind of implied that that's what she's saying. Like he could have done it if he had just only done it in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
It's implied that she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about.
That's not implied. That's explicit.
I mean, like
she's a YouTuber. She needs to shut up. I got kids in the
It's sad because I saw the headline and I got upset, but then I smiled as I was sending it to the chat group because I knew that Joe was gonna look at it and be like, "This nigga."
I had a rubberneck, man.
But that's the thing, though. Like we said, we wouldn't bring her up unless it was something relevant, and I'm like, this is kind of like.
Nah, we said we weren't gonna bring her up. Period. That's what we said.
I tried, dog, but I'm like, she actually going to Congress to talk about hate crimes and white nationalism.
But why?
No other people that have policy or experience that can go to Congress? Like, why?
Dude, I can put some days in the work if they need somebody. they don't need to talk to her. I'll put some days in. I'll take a flight.
I mean, go out there, teach the history. I told you you got a voice. And then hold on, looking this up here, cause I mean I was trying to do a little research. So maybe she'll talk about this, because maybe she does believe in hate. Let me see. The board of education. So Candice Owens now. This isn't the same. This is different. Well, 2008. Oh wow, this might be her. I know they were talking about that she had won some settlement back in the day.
Yeah, that's when she was still left.
In high school,
she was still on the left.
Mm-hmm.
No, she switched up.
Oh, yeah, but we talked about that before, though, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is just, that you hate to see it, that especially, like, your own people selling their souls just to get a profit share, a profit margin, shaming niggas. So, yeah, there's a little...
I would like to suggest when Trump comes up with the final solution against black people, that the first sacrificial soul...
It gets tested on her first?
Yeah, we run all the experiments on her first.
What? You know what? No, not dear Sister Candice. Not dear Sister Candice.
She got to go.
She got to go. I mean, maybe she's like the... maybe she's a Manchurian candidate. Maybe she's trying to get close to him so she can do what she got to do.
No.
No one's mind that? Me neither. No. Okay. So, yeah, it wasn't much to be said on that. It was just one of those headlines that caught my attention, especially given her history. And if you're listening, definitely, if you don't know about Candice Owens, we'll put the link in the chat. Oh, not link in the chat. Put the link on the show notes. And it's just somebody who's very interesting, especially as a person of color who has been on both sides and seems to go whichever way to make a dollar, pretty much.
I wonder if they're bringing her there. This video's about to start. If they're bringing her there because they don't want to do anything about hate crimes and white nationalism. Because if she's going to say that it's not a big deal and it's not an issue,
well, exactly.
She says that in front of Congress.
This is a House Judiciary Committee. The House is run by Democrats right now. They have to know this woman's full of it.
They have to.
That doesn't mean the Republicans that are on the committees can't call her to come testify.
What'd you say, James?
That doesn't mean that Republicans on that particular committee can't call her in to testify, even though it's a Democratic run.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be the Democrats that are calling her to testify. It may be Republicans.
Okay. I figured the whole committee would have had to check off on it.
You would think, but why would they agree to have her? That's like the big question.
I mean, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the rules of the subcommittees.
Smoke screen. Have somebody say it's all good.
I mean, but that could be problematic for Democrats because that's why they pick somebody black, Joe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
say the same thing. When a Republican wants to call her and they say no, they say why? Well, she's black. Doesn't she have a voice? You know. So you're saying you don't want? That's a trick bag.
Mm-hmm.
To say no, they want the Democrats to deny her.
Well, they didn't want this black woman. You got two.
Exactly.
You got two. You got this black woman to come and talk about how she loves the white man.
But I would have understood. This member of the black community would have understood. I'd have been like, "Oh, you good? you need to call her."
But they don't care about what we think.
No.
You don't need. What's a silk and shine?
Silk and shine, nigga? Did you say silk?
Two true coons.
Silk, nigga. You're not trying right now, dog.
Okay, so there it says that some real people are going to be there. The Anti-Defamation League, Equal Justice Society, policy director for Facebook, who's great at making sure that hate speech is not spread on their source.
Hold on, my bad. This nigga said silk and shine. Jesus. Woo, that's good. That made me because A.D.A. brought them up when they were talking about climate change and how it's not a real thing, and I just hate looking at them. They are my.
They're actually way worse than Kansas.
Oh yeah.
They're like a true minstrel show.
Oh yeah.
It's on the right side right there.
Where? Oh, right here.
Yeah.
I
don't know what that is, but that's what they were talking about.
Like if there ever was a cookout, the so-called cookout that's supposed to happen, and they were my family members, I hit the bitches over the head. Like, I seen y'all on TV, Auntie. What nigga Joe call them? Silk and Shine. I seen y'all on TV. That's what you know what? Fuck it. That's what I'm calling here on out. Hashtag Silk and Shine, dog. I don't want to press play. I don't want to talk to them. Oh my God! You know what? I'm not. Nope. We gonna stay on Candice Owens. My bad. I'm not doing it.
It's not gonna work.
I'm not. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, we good. Anything else to say about your boo, Joe?
Eat a bag of them.
Eat a bag of them. Chips. You talking about chips? Chips to dip? Something like that. Cool.
Some get caught in the back of the throat, whatever that is.
Yeah, she's a pretty horrible person. But I do agree with James, though. I think Silk and Shine are much worse.
No, they are. No.
I mean, yeah.
Because now here's the thing. Everybody knows Silk and Shine kind of cool. They might actually believe Candice here.
That is true.
Well, let's say the optics on Silk and Shine are worse. Let's say that
they're more cringeworthy.
Yes, that's more what I mean.
Yeah,
they're more cringeworthy, but Hill's more dangerous.
I've already acknowledged that Candice Owens is dangerous. She's a dangerous one right there.
Yeah,
she really kind of I mean, stop. I'm gonna stop right there because I don't want to get arrested.
You want to get arrested? All right, man. So moving forward. So right. I think after the last week's, definitely after the last week's podcast. Why is this not showing up? Damn, what happened?
It's Sunday.
Yeah, it is Sunday. After last week's podcast, something happened in. Why is this? I hate Snoops. I don't know why this is what it took me to. But anyway, we'll figure it out. But after the last podcast, and some of my listeners, because I actually know one of our listeners, or two of them now. Now I know another guy that's listening. Nipsey Hustle, rapper from the West Coast, was murdered in front of one of his businesses. And like a lot of things, well, when these things tend to happen, people tend to come up with a way to, in my opinion, fill the void of the idea, because it can't just be another nigga shot him. It has to be deeper than that with these conspiracies, much like with Tupac, much like with Biggie, and things of that nature. So we can talk about it a little bit. And he wasn't one of those guys that was on the radio, but he was definitely a beloved hip-hop artist, especially people, mixtape people, people who definitely love the West Coast sound. And, I mean, he wasn't like my top 10 rapper, not at all, but when he was on a track, I didn't mind hearing him. So I don't know if you guys were fans or fucked with Nipsey, so hear your thoughts on that.
I always called him Lil Snoop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I just thought, well, that's Snoop's like son. He ain't been told nobody about.
Yeah, I can see
it. That's Snoop's side baby. That's what I always said.
Because the first time I heard him was on that Black Faces with Gambino. And I was like, damn, this dude, he all right.
Actually, the first time I heard about him was he was in a movie with Ving Rhames.
Okay.
And I think he played his son in that. And it was like a little prison movie. It was one of them big range prison movies. You know, he done several of those. And he played like his son, and he was like straight up Snoop Dogg. That was like everything about him was straight up Snoop. Then I found out he did mixtapes and all that sort of thing. And I know a little bit about his, business acumen and all that sort of thing, but not a whole lot. I've learned a lot more since his passing.
Right.
But from what I've seen, he was doing quite a bit positive. And more than a little bit, like a lot.
Yeah.
In his neighborhood.
But I think that's the big thing. It's like I think people are, and I don't mean to step on anybody who don't say anything else, are so shocked that there's a brother who made a little bit of money who wants to give back, and we know brothers who don't have a lot of money who try to give back. So it's not this odd thing. And you listen to it, and you hear that it's that weird thing where he was street and hood, whatever. He was a gangbanger, but he was also.
In his interviews, you would already know that he was already more of a business-minded individual than not.
It's like, oh, you know how to read, and it's like, to me, it's like, okay, I know hood niggas that know how to read and who have businesses and things like that. But I think sometimes the world is so taken back when black folks are we call it code switching. We have our own word for it. Like one moment I'm hood, next minute I'm investing, and it's like that shouldn't be this weird odd thing. But that's beside the point. We're not gonna get into that. But yeah. But go ahead, James. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, so that's what I kind of know about him, and it's tragic. It happens way too often. Got into altercation with this cat, and the cat came back and murdered him basically.
Yeah.
Told him he didn't want him around the store or something like that, and it ain't the first time it's happened. It ain't gonna be the last, but it's a shame that it keeps happening though.
Yep.
It wasn't, and it wasn't like some gang beef or something like that. It was somebody that was bad for his business that he didn't want around.
Yeah, because there's rumors that he was people thought he was not, I won't say paid informant, but had snitched for the most part. The guy that killed him.
Right.
Yeah. So, but. My bad. I'm just thinking. Yeah, his name is Eric Holder, so of course it's the theories behind that. So there's only one Eric Holder in the whole fucking United States. I don't know. Anyway, what say you, Joe?
I mean, it's obviously tragic. I knew of him. I probably, if you showed a picture of him to me, a couple weeks ago, I probably would have been able to say, hey, that's Nipsey Hustle. But I don't know any of his music. I've heard a little bit of it since he died. Anytime a black man is shot, especially by another black man, is tragic. And if there's a person of, some notoriety, and that comes to the forefront, even more so, because that's going to touch a lot of lives. People who he touches, is going to touch them. So definitely, I've been hearing a lot of people, lamenting his death and getting back into his music and that type of thing. He, I don't know. I think I heard on the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, questioning, some things about this, because he's obviously showed that he was a good dude. Mm-hmm. But the music I did hear this week, just the appearance that he gives off, and the conversation that allegedly happened about snitching. That question of the energy you put out into the world. I know he's putting good energy out in terms of his business and his interactions and his books and that he reads, that type of thing. And I'm sure he has good music as well. But, he put out just enough. He has street credibility, and he has street credibility for a reason.
At one point in time, he was a gangbanger. Let's not tiptoe.
Yeah, and he was still he operating in that neighborhood. And so I don't, he used to bang in. So the gang. But I'm saying operating probably with the people who are operating with the people who still gang bang. So he's probably in the circles of people who were doing that mess, and and when you holding up that code talking about snitching, hey, I don't know this Eric Holder from the other Eric Holder.
True. It might be the same nigga. I don't know.
Probably not.
It's not. I'm just saying. I'm just joking. My bad.
Are we down in the Attorney General? I don't know, man. But
hey, he bought that law.
Yeah, man. But I mean, I think the Stop Snitching movement is ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think Stop Snitching is just so stupid, man. Because obviously this dude needs to be snitched on. And I put it this way. Same people who's probably upset about him being a snitch is probably the ones that ran to the cops and say, hey, that's the one who shot Nipsey Hustle. Go get him.
Exactly. But I said I was like some half-ass tweet. It's always funny how we talk about karma, but when it comes back to get the people that we like, it becomes a conspiracy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you. And I get you want people to grow and do good and be better, which he may or may not have been doing. I don't know. Everybody wants me to believe that he became this great person overnight. but it's like yada yada yada. The fact that he was a known gangbanger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
He's
so.
Trying to walk a fine line, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to walk this fine line, man, between his old life and his new life.
Yeah.
You know.
And that shit come back to get you.
Trying to be, you know, the businessman and philanthropist, yes. But you're still in that same neighborhood, and you still want them cats to respect you because they still out there. And you know what? A lot of them cats probably see you and thinking, even though he might not have been necessarily flossing, they see him as somebody who's balling, and they might be some jealousy there, you know?
And we will never know the true story of the relationship that he had with this other man.
Right.
Whoever
we
this
don't know what that's all about, man. It's a dangerous, man. It's like he was still swimming with the sharks, you know. Even though he was down there trying to, you know, build his neighborhood up, man. He's still in there with the sharks, man.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how T.I., who had federal gun charges, is still out making music. Who he didn't told on, but nobody won't listen to me about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have these people who live these lives, who make these off their street cred, but then I get it. I respect the fact that we grow, we become better people. You know, I ain't the whore that I was when I was younger. But if that shit come back to bite me, if somebody want to come back and call me on that and say, hey, you was a fuckboy back in the day, all I can do is go, okay. You're right, but this is what I'm trying to be right now. The same way if I was out there putting bodies in caskets and some young man's son or daughter want to come and bring it to me, what do I do? Say, oh, well, I'm leaving a different path now.
Yeah. They ain't trying to hear, I'm telling you, because if you hear other stories about cats that were like gangbangers and all that sort of thing, and they reform, man, very rarely can they go back to their old neighborhoods and do anything.
But nobody want to hear that. It's all,
nobody trying to hear that shit, you know. And you can only be so, man. You can only be insulated so much, man. If somebody wants you, and you still in an environment, then most of them cats they gotta go if they want to survive.
But like I said, dog, everybody preach about karma when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to the motherfucker that fucked you over, when it comes to your job, whenever. But as soon as it becomes your favorite, nobody want to hear about karma. Nobody want to hear about that shit. Like, I'm sure he got some bodies on his mind. I'm sure he got some bodies that he can account for. There ain't nobody talking about.
He admitted to it in interviews that he's got bodies.
Yeah, I'm saying, but ain't nobody talking. Exactly, but ain't nobody talking about that shit.
Yeah,
and I'm not here to shade him. All I'm here.
No, I'm not either. But I'm saying, I'm saying is that he got them bodies and all that sort of thing, and he's still. I'm not saying he lives down there, but he's still operating in those same streets.
Yeah,
that he put some of them bodies down.
And we will
That's
never.
Risky.
That's wait. Is that confirmed?
What?
Is what confirmed?
He got bodies. Nipsey had bodies.
I don't know. I don't know. He like James said he talked about it.
It's like anything confirmed, but I'm saying he's in his interviews he's talked about banging in the streets, gunplay, having bodies. He said it. And not like I did it, but you know, he just talks about this is what the gang culture was like. I've been involved in these things, the dope, the murders, and all that sort of thing. He has admitted to that in interviews.
So he's been affiliated with people who have bodies.
Yeah, for sure that.
He wasn't bragging about it. But yeah, he's rolling 60.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
20 plus 20 plus 20.
Nigga, that's our new game. 20 plus 20 plus 20, nigga. Bang bang.
They got lots of rivals in that area. So I mean, if he was deep in it, he probably got bodies. It's just an assumption.
But I will say, in the aftermath of it, though, it's I don't know. You say good or beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful, but who knows how long that lasts? We have all these people, all these different sets coming together to recognize and calling a truce. But you know, hey, we all got a little age on us here on this podcast. We've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? How long does it last and where does it go? I mean, I don't want to be the pessimist. And also, before we get too deep into it, I didn't ask A.D.A. As far as you know anything about Nipsey, and you have any thoughts about this as far as what you've read?
I haven't followed it much. I didn't know who he was really, except I think like a few months ago I saw a photo shoot with him and Lauren London, and that was the first I'd ever seen him or heard of him. So yeah, I've only just seen a little bit, and I haven't read any of the details or heard any of the stuff you guys are talking about. I just know he passed away. I know that people are talking about the good that he was doing in the community. I saw something today about all the different, I think it was like at least 4 different gangs that usually try to kill each other were walking the streets together, which is, like you said, a good thing, bringing people out. But again, how long will that truce last? But yeah, I don't know much about him or the aftermath or these conspiracy theories or anything like that.
Right, because they're talking about like different sets who ain't been on, what is it, Slauson, wherever the block he got killed at, who ain't been there in like decades or allowed on that set in decades.
Rolling 60s, A.D.A Gangsters.
Yep.
Rolling 20s.
Yep.
And there's one more. I can't remember who the other fourth one was.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You did better than me by naming 2. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely know.
Man, there was a book I read back in the day about Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Monster Cody. I read.
Is that from the same area where he's at?
What's that?
Is that from the same area?
He's A.D.A.
Okay.
He's from the same area. He's A.D.A Gangster. And I read his book, and I said he had like a documentary, so I kind of was off into that deep for a minute in the late 1900s. And so I know a little bit about that area. And plus, I got a dude I grew up to next door. His dad was from L.A. and he was kind of from that area too.
Yep. Yeah, my grandma's out there. I should have called her and asked her about it, because she's been doing like deep in community outreach since the 80s. I remember going out there to spend. It was a couple of summers I went out there, and it's like back in the day, you know, being a little fat, little light skinned kid from Missouri. Went out there, and there was a community center out in Compton we used to go to. And I remember like getting up, getting dressed, and her like checking me like for my colors and shit like that to make sure I didn't, you know. And I didn't think nothing about like what are we doing? This is a floral print. This is a floral print button up shirt. Why are we checking to make sure I got the right colors on? But yeah, I might hit her up now. Think about it, but. Yeah, and it's real out there.
A lot of people don't know is that there's more beef between sets than there is between gangs.
Correct. That's why I keep saying. That's why I keep saying sets. Yeah.
Not between Bloods and Crips. The biggest beef is between sets of Bloods versus Bloods and Crips versus Crips.
Yep.
Those were the biggest conflicts arise from. All these sets we talking about, they're all Crips battling each other for years.
Yeah, but it's the same thing you see with like but like, you know, when people say, "Oh, I didn't realize that," but like it's the same. But you know, shout out to Killer Mike, who was trying to put people up on game, how it gets romanticized. Same thing you see with the Italian mafia. It's family versus family, but it's all mafia.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all eternal. It's all the same, you know, people from same bloodline. For them, sometimes it's the same bloodline. It's just different family name, last name. But yeah, but that you know, we kind of touched on it, but that leads us into this like dangerous. And for those listening, you all know Joe is driving. He's making a proper turn. He is signaling. He's doing the proper signaling so many feet prior to turning. But we were talking about our different conspiracies and how that touches. And for me, usually you hear conspiracies all the time, but for me, definitely the doctor, was it Sebi or Sebi? I think you said Sebi, right?
I think it's Sebi.
Yeah, I believe so.
It's the proper pronunciation.
And for me, like, it's one of those things where I like look at it and it seems very like dangerous to me. We talked about some of the people who bought into his theory. So this is and I'll play some video. Oh, why is my computer acting stupid? I told y'all, man, you go to these sites, dog. I didn't download the virus directly to my computer. That's not it.
Computer got VD, boy.
I know. Hey, dog. If you Dr. Sebi instant V, he didn't cure the AIDS, but this motherfucker ain't cured motherfucking computer virus. Yeah. So I'm gonna play a little bit of a video. It's not really like giving background, but his biggest claim to fame that a lot of people, especially people in the African American community, have brought on to is the fact that he has been able to cure AIDS with his diet. Here we go.
The man known as Dr. Sebi claims to have found the cure for several life-threatening diseases, including AIDS. Too good to be true? Well, you be the judge. The lump in Myrtle Rick's left breast is gone.
I haven't had any symptoms or problems, anything.
Sabrina Peterson's son no longer disabled by sickle cell anemia.
He has a lot of energy. I have to make him rest.
Disease is cured by this man. His name is Dr. Sebi, but you won't find a medical degree hanging from his wall. Instead, a certificate of healing.
We have complex things with science, but if we go back to God and use the herbs as God said, then you can see how simple it is. Then
Dr. Sebi believes what ails you can be cured with natural alkaloid herbs and a vegetarian diet solely made up of what he calls electric foods, mushrooms, greens, and rye breads without starch.
Hippocrates established the principle of medical science by using herbs to cure diseases, then why the physician using the chemicals?
40 years ago, a doctor in Mexico cured Sebi of diabetes, asthma, and obesity with the very same herbs and diet he dispenses to all of his patients, whether they're suffering from lack of energy or full-blown AIDS.
That package is an intracellular chelation. I'm removing plaque from the system. I'm removing inflammation. That is the base for all disease.
And according to a medical affidavit provided by Dr. Sebi, it's working. It shows a patient diagnosed with HIV in November of 1993 was cured 2 months later. Thousands of patients worldwide swear by his methods and natural herbal medicines.
In the tiny village, Lisa sought guidance for body and soul from an herbal guru named Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi, according to him, can cure anything. Everything from trying to lose weight to, looking for a cure for AIDS. People go there with hopes and dreams that Dr. Sebi can somehow save them.
She had been through so many intense problems in her career and in her life and in her personal life that she didn't know where to turn. And this doctor, she said, had shown her how to really open up and cleanse all of the negativity out of her.
She told me she was suffering with alcoholism and that she was smoking excessively, cigarettes, drinking and smoking. She asked me, what do I need to do to stay on the side of peace? I said, fast, do what Jesus did. She said, what did Jesus do? He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
Midway through her 40-day ordeal, an obviously gaunt Lisa spoke with MTV News.
I've been polluting my body for 30 years. 40 days is not a long time to me to fast. 40 days represents overcoming death. It's the number of days that Jesus fasted for, and I kind of feel like I'm on a journey sometimes. Don't really know quite where I'm headed.
At the ending of the fasting, she came to me. I heard the door opening at 2 o'clock in the morning. She said, I completed my fast this morning. I said, what did you see? I saw God. She said, I'm going to make you famous. I said, how? Because I'm going to talk about you. Does everyone know you cure AIDS and cancer?
There's just a lot of people in the world who are suffering. They're sick. They're not happy. They're looking for answers. They don't know where to turn. Well, I know a man who's been curing AIDS since 1987. This guy has taught me a lot, and I need to share my knowledge, with the world.
The man known as Dr.
Okay, that's loud. My head hurt. My head hurts. So, I hate that even at the end of that, she was like, he's been curing cancer and AIDS. He just got her to stop smoking.
Yeah.
Did I misinterpret that?
No.
But he told her that he's helped people be cured from AIDS and cancer.
And
so if he can help her stop smoking,
there's no actual documented proof that he's actually
that medical note. It said HIV negative. It's negative.
She had a handwritten note from the doctor that said, "I'm good."
Let me dig into this real quick.
It said "fuck raw" in small print
first, real quick. Nipsey Hustle was apparently working on a documentary on Dr. Sebi.
Correct.
The theory is that Big Pharma and the U.S. government do not want people to know about Dr. Sebi, whose information is all available on the internet right now. Anyway,
yeah.
So they sent in this lackey, Eric Holder, that's their asset. They sent him in and assassinated Nipsey he was about to reveal the truth. That's already out there that everybody can have access to in about 15. Because I pretty much found everything about Dr. Sebi in about 15 minutes on a Google run.
Correct.
Basically. Okay, I'm gonna hit a couple of highlights. The one thing that's being highlighted is that he cured AIDS in like 1987, and he won a Supreme Court case.
You forgetting the big part. You forgetting the big part, James. This nigga's name is Alfredo Bowman.
I mean, if you want to get into his actual his history, he's from Honduras. He's not a doctor. Like,
I'm just saying, why is my name Dr. Sebi?
He has no medical training at all.
Why am I not Dr. Bowman?
Because I guess Dr. Sebi sounds better. I guess.
If my name is Alfredo Winston, why am I now Dr. Sebi?
You have to ask him, but you can't because he's no longer with us.
Oh, that's right, because the government came and killed him in jail.
Oh, that's a whole nother.
Because when he was trying to,
a whole nother part of it.
He was trying to carry that money back illegally, and they arrested him, and then he had a heart attack. Anyway, go ahead. My bad, Pim. Go ahead.
Okay, so this famous case in '87, where it's claimed that it was about him curing AIDS. The trial was not about that. The trial was about him operating as a doctor when he has no license or training. And
nigga, I'm a doctor of love, nigga.
In the urban legend, it said that in order for him to prove that he's curing all these diseases, he brought 77 people into court as evidence. That is not what happened. The way he won his case is that he wasn't actually diagnosing anyone, and he wasn't giving out any actual prescribed medications. And that's how he won the case, because he was just short of actually doing something illegal. That's how he won that case. Mm-hmm. It had nothing to do with whether he had the cure for AIDS. It had nothing to do with the 77 people that supposedly came in and were all cured. There's been no actual documentation of him actually curing anyone of any incurable diseases such as AIDS or cancer. Or anything like that. I'm sure some people had their diabetes.
Hold up, nigga. I didn't know he had a court case against Michael Jackson.
What?
Alfredo Bowman and Dr. Sebi, LLC versus Michael Jackson. 2004, Bowman claims that he was not paid in full for an alleged treatment for Michael Jackson to help him overcome painkiller addiction to Demerol. We know how that ended.
Right.
That nigga dead.
Yeah,
he was not cured. I shouldn't be laughing.
He had a connection to the other doctor that actually was there when Michael Jackson died.
Why don't know?
He can cure AIDS and cure cancer, but he couldn't save Michael Jackson.
I'm just on this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro, but I did not know he had a court case against Michael Jackson, nigga.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is okay now, and then that was 87, 88. And so he goes back to what he was been doing, and all the way up until 2006, I believe, when he got arrested.
Mm-hmm.
He had been operating without any. There's 30 years, 20-some years later, I guess the government decided they wanted him dead when he tried to come across the border with $50,000 in cash.
Yeah.
And he couldn't account for it. And he went to jail, and he died in jail. He was 83. But he was assassinated, apparently, by the U.S. government. in jail because he had the cure for AIDS. But why did they wait?
So because Nipsey Hustle was making a documentary to tell all of us all the stuff that you just told us.
Hold on.
Big Pharma sent somebody to kill Nipsey.
No. But see, the documentary is not going to tell the story I just told.
Let's let Nipsey talk about it. Hold on.
Okay, there you go.
There's a lot of little jewels that you saying, and then that's what I like. Like I said, the medicine really is in the candy. Because even when you drop a bar like about Dr. Sebi, like just that one thing they killed Dr. Sebi will make somebody go research who Dr. Sebi is.
100%.
Dr. Sebi. I thought it was Sebi.
Sebi. See, my bad. I said it wrong.
You said
Sebi. My lingo a little different.
Have you met Dr. Sebi?
I never met him. I met his wife, and I take his products for sure.
Now, the coolest guy ever. I mean, he was, when we interviewed him, I think he was about 74.
Oh, y'all interviewed him?
Yeah, we interviewed him twice.
Damn.
Not here,
Hold on. He met his wife and still know how to pronounce this nigga's name? Is that wrong? Y'all still there?
I mean, that's a simple thing. It's spelled, and if he's pronounced it like the way English is pronounced, you might say it differently. You might just forget.
Right, but if
he's working on a documentary, at the first
you think
thing
he would
probably want to know.
If Ada dies and Ada has found a cure for AIDS, I hope a nigga that meets me knows how to pronounce Ada and don't say Ada.
Okay, let's for real. Like
my bad.
Ain't talking about. Oh,
I'm keep playing. My bad. That hurt my head for a minute. I'll be back.
When I was on the other show, he was able to jump from the floor up here on his knees.
At 70-something.
On his knees and jump back down and no problems, nothing like that.
Why you think they killed him?
Why do they kill all holistic doctors?
Messing up the medical industry.
You short-stopping their grind. Why do niggas get killed for hustling in front of a nigga spot?
Oh.
You short-stopping the grind. And these niggas, they check is billions. You got niggas that get flipped for a couple $100,000. So you playing with some pharmaceutical money, you know. And what's crazy, I'm working on doing a documentary on the trial in 1985 when Dr. Sebi went to trial against New York.
Right.
Because he put in the newspaper he cured AIDS.
Yeah. Did he
beat the case. And he went to federal court the next day and beat that case on record.
Yep.
And nobody talk about it.
That's crazy. I'm in the middle of doing this holistic detox right now, day 6 of 14.
Yeah, you was telling me.
Yeah. So.
No food, nothing.
And they said it actually can help cure fibroids. It can help you if you are, cancer, any type of heart issues. And it's all natural herbs and all organic and all holistic without actually going to a doctor and getting pharmaceuticals.
Yeah. How you feel though? You feel a difference?
I actually feel pretty good.
Do you feel a difference, you think?
I do.
That's
it could be also because I've cut a lot of things out and I haven't had any food, nothing solid at all in the past 6 days. But I feel all right, better than I thought. Right.
Just to go back to the Dr. Sebi thing real quick, what makes you want to do a documentary? Okay,
get it right, man.
What makes you want to do a documentary about Dr. Sebi?
I think the story is important. I think it's a powerful narrative.
It is.
You know what I mean? And I think imagine this. Anybody in this room, if I could say, hey, somebody cured AIDS, y'all be like, yeah, right. And then I could show you an example of him going to trial and proving in a court to a jury that he cured AIDS. Y'all would be interested in that.
Absolutely.
And y'all would look into the way he did it, right? So I feel like more so than like championing his products or explaining his methodology, put some light on that case.
Imagine being able to cure cancer or being able to cure any type of herpes, just all kinds of
And that's what he do, by the way.
That's what he did. He used to send all types of vitamins up to the station.
You had herpes?
No. I said vitamins to the station. Did you hear me? I said vitamins to the
station.
Damn,
this guy's crazy.
Okay. Hold on, man. Can we for just for 1 minute, man? Man, do you remember like how devastating AIDS was at that time?
I do.
In the 80s?
I mean, like,
I do.
That was when AIDS was a death sentence, in the 80s and early in the mid to late 90s.
Correct.
If somebody actually had a cure for AIDS, come on, man. Why'd all those people die?
But even if you listen to what they're saying he beat a case. They're not saying that there is any medical... Even in this interview, if you listen to the interview without ignorant ears, they're literally saying he beat the case. He showed in court. And then why did no one say, so where's the medical evidence?
Right.
Because that's like the people who say because it might be the case,
where they
they're
say
innocent.
he brought in the 77 people that have been cured of what I do not know. That's how they're saying he beat the case. That's not how he beat the case. Now that was correct what he said about him putting an ad or something in the newspaper about being cured AIDS. That is what kind of sparked it. I do remember that part.
Yeah.
That sparked the whole thing. But then they went to he's not even a doctor, and he's operating as a doctor, but he has no medical training, he has no license, and that's what they were trying to convict him on. But because he wasn't actually diagnosing anyone, and he was not prescribing actual medications.
But you know they're gonna say, James, you a coon. People say you a coon, dog. You trying to shut down the black man? You trying to silence the intelligent black thought? You don't want people out there getting their herbs and their alkaline dyes and alkaline in their chakras.
Show me.
Hey, Doc, but like the thing is, like especially with you talk about like with diabetes though, it's like basically he told people to have a better diet.
That is how you get rid of type 2 diabetes. Yeah, we already knew that.
Exactly. Hey, stop eating all that shit. Drink water. Right. Matter of fact, why don't you fast for a little bit? Get your because matter of fact, go ahead. I'm sorry, Alda, go ahead. Hey, I'm sorry, A.D.A. Go ahead. Hey, girl, go ahead.
I didn't have anything to say.
You got something to say?
No.
I'm trying to be the brother in your left underarm.
You don't even know it.
I don't know the words. I don't know the words. Hey, we having a moment. Dude, you're supposed to play the trumpet. It's your name, Mejia. It's got to be. Okay, anyway. So I don't know. But like, if you look at like simple studies on like intermittent fasting, dog, it's known to help with like insulin levels, things of that nature, hormone levels. It's known to like help reset a lot of shit. It's, like I already said, hormones. Let me repeat myself. It's just very basic. Like, and every once in a while, I'll do it. I'll like stop eating like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, drink water or coffee or tea. And that's all I'll have until like 12 or 1 o'clock the next day. And I have just seen like, as far as like thought process, weight loss, things of that nature. And for the most part, I used to be a motherfucker. I would eat like large quantities of food in one sitting, and I can't do it now. I mean, because it's like that helped change my whole like just the way I eat. Because it's like, yeah, I'm hungry, but now I've been going this long period of time without eating and drinking all this water. When I do eat, I can't eat all this food. And but I ain't found the cure for AIDS.
Dr. Sebi has saved you.
Dr. Sebi saved
your life.
Dr. Sebi saved you.
But that woman, she was like, well,
give that man his credit.
She's like, well, I'm taking all these herbs and let's not forget though, in a lot of these the medications that the pharmaceutical companies are giving us are the same herbs and plants, but in a different. They may be compounded differently, but a lot of this shit's the same shit. If you look into it, because a lot of times that's why they say, hey, don't take these vitamins, don't take this, don't take that, you can't have grapefruit. Like, simple things like grapefruit or too much potassium or things of that nature, because it's the same plants and herbs that we're taking, in these vitamins.
So you saying he did have the cure then?
I'm not saying he had a cure.
That's what you've been saying the past minutes you've been talking.
Just kind of defended Dr.
Sebi has saved your life.
No, I'm saying that
he's saving everybody. He saves diabetic people.
No, I'm saying he's selling. No, I'm saying he
cured herpes out here.
No, I'm saying. Whoa, wow, you niggas need to calm down. I'm saying he's selling you the same shit the pharmaceutical company did. Because you still got to buy his shit, right?
He cured herpes, crabs,
nigga,
scabies, all that,
nigga.
Just put this salve on.
Nope, it don't salve and don't vaccinate your kids. No vaccine. No, I'm saying that nigga want the money. He want the money and not the pharmaceutical company. He sell you the same shit.
We don't want to talk about that. How much he was charging people.
That's what I'm saying though. Like niggas act like he wasn't charging niggas for premium.
Like $500 up front, $100 a session, and all that sort of thing.
That Michael Jackson article said that he was missing $380,000. So imagine how much he actually paid him to get him to
Michael Jackson dead. He didn't cure this nigga drug addiction. They should be like, hey nigga, we want our money back. Mike dead.
Yeah.
Mike died high.
That is true.
Hey, people out there, just drink your fucking water. Don't eat too much. Every once in a while, put down the phone, get out from the TV, and take a fucking walk. I'm not saying it's gonna cure AIDS, but it'll keep you alive a little bit longer. I will say that much. I don't know what else, dog.
And you know, it's like, I mean, I used to work. I worked in a group home that were AIDS patients, so I know what they went through, man. And it's just kind of like insulting to them, you know. Like, I don't know. It's almost makes it trivial, you know. Like he did this. He didn't cure anything, man. It's all kind of people been suffering all these decades behind AIDS, and you trying to make it sound like the cure's been out there all this time. No, it hasn't.
No, it's not out.
It's so illogical. I mean, it's illogical. Just the fact that you said that in 1987, at the height of the AIDS crisis, he found a cure.
No, he brought he brought in on people's being desperate for a cure.
Oh yeah. He took advantage.
But no, you can't say that though, because then like once again you'll be a coon. And I see people out here, you're being a coon, trying to shut us down, you're trying to do this, trying to do that. You're not enlightened, you're not woken. Your chakras, whatever the fuck, they not in line. You got your alkaline. This nigga talking about don't eat pineapples. That's one of his big things. That's one of the big fruits you're not supposed to eat. Is pineapples.
You need to eat electric foods.
Electric.
That's what he said.
Electric
foods.
Like what?
Electric eel.
I know his big thing was like alkaline.
It's electric food.
Like
it is both.
What else is an electric food that you eat?
Besides electric eel, I'm not sure.
But the thing is, though, I got to tell niggas simply enough, dog. If you drink enough water, you'll die. So then what?
Yeah, you can drown yourself.
But not even drown yourself. You'll wash out all your potassium levels and throw yourself into a fucking cardiac arrhythmia. Because potassium is very important.
What? Yeah, my brother did that.
But potassium is very important in the fucking potassium. What is it? Potassium sodium chloride. Fucking. I'm drunk. So anyway, in your heart there are ions. There we go. Leave it at that. So anyway, if you drink too much water, you'll wash all that potassium out, and your fucking heart won't beat right.
There you go. Thanks, Dr. Sebi.
So but that's what I'm saying though. Like. Winston. But that's why I think it's so dangerous, dog, when niggas get a little bit of information, and then all of a sudden they want to tell you were cool because you like, I don't.
Yeah, right. I don't believe that Big Pharma and the U.S. government sent an assassin to take out Nipsey Hustle over a documentary he hadn't even made yet.
Don't get me wrong.
You did just get through talking earlier about Elizabeth Holmes being super rich. So maybe Elizabeth Holmes, in her young age, sent somebody.
Get this.
She was like, I need to make sure I make all the money.
So Elizabeth Holmes.
She built a Stargate. She built a Stargate. Elizabeth Holmes built the Stargate.
Holmes killed not only Dr. Sebi, but also
Tupac.
Nipsey Hustle.
Nipsey Hustle.
To make sure that she could stay getting rich.
Who didn't know how to say this nigga's name correctly, even though he met his wife.
Yeah.
I like how it was like, because this old nigga could jump up on a desk, it's obvious he cured AIDS.
Who jumps onto their knees? I didn't fully. Does that mean like he's jumping and landing on his knees? I didn't fully understand what they were saying there.
I don't know.
Who jumps onto their knees?
All I know is that nigga look like Bill Russell's daddy. That's all I know.
He's old now.
That's the only thing I know. In his name, I'm calling nigga Alfredo Bowman. Fuck that. He know Dr. Sebi. And it's That's Alfredo Bowman.
Yeah, we really do stop calling him Doctor anything.
Yep. I'm gonna say, hey, actually, I'm gonna see how woke niggas really are. I'm gonna just start say, you mean Alfredo Bowman? Who is that? Mm-hmm.
Right.
How woke is you, nigga? Where your chakras at? Are your chakras aligned? I mean, no matter. Are your chakras alkaline?
Dr. Pepper has more credibility than Dr.
Pepper do got a lot of credibility. Dr. Pepper has gave way more niggas diabetes.
Way more credibility than Dr. Sebi.
He didn't get way more niggas diabetes than Dr. Sebi has cured. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Dr. Sebi.
If Dr. Sebi was real, he had more niggas cured.
How about Dr. J?
Dr. J.
Dr. J has way more credibility than Dr. Sebi.
That nigga dunked from the free throw line.
What's the little kid? Dr. McStuffins.
Dr. McStuffins.
Dr. McStuffins.
Got way more
credibility.
Anyway, I don't know.
Sebi.
I don't know. Hey, black people, I get it, black people. I'm speaking specific. I'm not James, so I ain't got no "Hey America" moment, but I got black people. We gotta stop buying into this bullshit. Yes, I get it. Big Pharma, the medical companies, they have fucked us over. The skeezy experiments, all other kind of shit down the line. But come on, y'all. This nigga literally said what your mama told you back in 1989. Drink water, eat your vegetables, get your fat ass up and go outside. That's all that nigga said. Really.
Yeah, he just charged you
$500 an hour. But he charged you $500 for the same information Big Mama gave you.
That your mama gave you for free.
Yeah, that nigga, eat your vegetables. You not Dr. Sebi, fuck that. Alfredo Bowman Bowman said, "Hey nigga, for $500 I'm gonna make your ass sit at this table, eat these vegetables, and drink water." That's all he did. And I get it. I get the, go ahead, Jay.
Hey, in the video, did you see that little sign that said "We cure everything"?
Nigga. This nigga said we cure herpes.
Right. I was like, I'm not believing that you can cure everything now.
Nigga.
They got specialists for a reason.
There's some nigga out there fucking just straight raw talking about Dr. Sebi said he got it. Nigga ain't bought a condom since 19 ever.
Right, and that's another thing, man. You had people going to Alfredo for treatment when they should have been at the real damn doctor.
Nigga.
And they up here taking a basil and thyme and oregano treatments.
But hold on, James. These be the same.
Taking some real medication.
But these be the same niggas clowning white people for this anti-vaxxer shit.
Yeah.
They be the same ones, and I'm like, nigga, you.
And then the whole daycare get measles, but
not only we got measles, but now you coming in here with herpes simplex 28,
right?
Or whatever the fuck.
With this anti-vaccine thing, man, they talking about polio about to make a comeback. Like
nigga, polio and measles, nigga, it's gonna be a lot of bumpy face, crooked back niggas walking around this motherfucker, right. Dog. Trying to tell you, dog, it's gonna be bad. It's okay though. I'm a big fan of ending humanity, and that's fine. We don't deserve this planet. Our time is up. Kiss your loved ones. Let's all go. But anyway, yeah. I mean,
yeah. Bottom line, man. Like, let's look at our real problems as they stand. You know, the main thing is, man, we got to figure out, like Dr. King saying, we got to find a way to disagree without becoming violently disagreeable.
Right.
That's our main problem, and it's not just a black thing. It's a people thing.
People will paint it as the black community, but we see it with the white community, and we could have talked about that too. They talking about they're not going to charge anybody in that Las Vegas gang shooting the bikers.
Oh yeah, the bikers shooting with nine
niggas got killed, but Jesse got to pay back Chicago, whatever. But let's not get into that. But
yeah, don't go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's not going down that rabbit hole. But it's definitely not a black community thing. It's a human thing as far as that is concerned. We just got to figure out ways to resolve our conflict. And black people, I get it. We want the people who we uphold to be the most important in our community. It can't just be a nigga just walked up and killed them. We want to make it more than what it is. But a nigga just walked up and killed him. I'm sorry, y'all. That's it. That's all.
Well, you know, this is the new version of it was the white man.
Okay.
This is the new version of blame the white man for everything.
Okay. I get blackout rage.
I mean, I know that's not popular.
I get it. The white man, they killed Dr. Sebi in jail. They snuck in there and fed him heart attack medication. And then they jumped in. They built a Stargate to find another nigga named Eric Holder to kill Nipsey. I get it.
Man, nah, skip that. Hold on, man. The white dudes that got off for killing 9 people in a gun battle in Waco, Texas, nigga, that's blame the white man. And how these magic white folks got off?
Nigga, white people in power? Ain't no magic to it. They said nothing to see here. Matter of fact, we all in bike gangs.
Nah, I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about.
I'm saying. I know we're doing the Nipsey Hustle thing, and I get that. You know, that's people. Yeah, you know, people want to put in things when they don't understand what's going. Dude, it was a nigga who did some nigger shit, and that's
some
yeah.
I feel where you're going.
But what I'm saying is, when we talk about that's the new white dude, I'm still tripping off of how 9 people died.
It was like 100 dudes out there shooting,
nigga. It was a war, nigga. It was Iraq. It was
battle.
Right.
It was Iraq, nigga.
And
they was fighting over hot wings at Twin Peaks.
Hey, man.
But everybody a coon for this Nipsey Hustle shit, but ain't nobody. But I'm like, hey y'all, where y'all at with that same energy about these biker gangs getting off? But y'all had them jokes for Jussie?
Dude, that shit slid right. Dude, it slid right under the radar too, man. We were just talking about that like 2 months ago, weren't we?
Nigga, remember? Yeah, we podcasted about it. Like, what we gonna do about it? We gonna hold these white fathers accountable? Where's the outrage? Yeah, we talked about it on the podcast.
I need a cold bottle of Coca-Cola right now, man.
Right.
I need what's the little Hispanic dude that was on that show talking about, oh, it's different. Yeah, nah, nigga, ain't different. But I saw that headline, dog. I gave that church grandma. Oh, so they all 9 they getting off and 9 niggas died?
Nah, you ain't said it right.
I'm sorry. 9 white men died.
Well, shoot, I mean, it should be even worse. It was 9 white folks died.
9 white people died, but let's not talk about the numerous people who were injured. They just talk about the people who got killed. There were numerous people who were injured.
Dude, they should get that prosecutor and string him up in the town square, man.
No,
yeah.
they gonna be like.
And of course, you know the prosecutors blaming the cops, saying that they screwed up the case or something like that.
But it's the same thing in Chicago, though. The cops overreached and fucked the prosecution up. And that black woman was like, what the fuck y'all want me to do? Y'all fucked up. Do y'all watch Law and Order? Y'all fucked up.
They made a deal. She cut a deal.
Y'all gave me shit to work with. And I already got Robert over here fucking up, trying to get this nigga in jail. And then y'all bring me this shit? Okay. Anyway. Oh, hold on, Joe. So you chimed in. Have you seen Us?
Nah, I ain't seen it. Okay. I can do it.
We're going to talk about it a little bit, but I didn't know if you're going to get on or not.
Nah, y'all can do it. What y'all can do after that?
I mean, that was... Hold on. Where we at?
I think that was the last item.
That might be it, because we at an hour 32 right now.
Yeah. That's the last item.
I'm going to run up here and pick up the other kid, and I'll let y'all do it, man.
All right, man.
All right, brother.
Thanks for coming. Hey, glad everybody's okay, bro.
Yeah.
I'll let you later.
Hey, make sure them kids drink plenty of water, eat their vegetables.
Make sure. Are they alkaline? Are they drinking alkaline water?
Tell them Uncle James said that.
No pineapples.
Some basil on them.
Put basil on them.
Basil, oregano, thyme.
Don't put the white man's Vicks on them. It got shit in it that'll kill them.
You gotta get the ones that your grandma used to make that smell like motor oil and
honey.
Kind of stuff.
Matter of fact,
I just wouldn't pick up this ibuprofen, man. I don't know, man.
Horrible.
Matter of fact, put 8 tablespoons of Lowry seasoned salt and honey in a pot and cook it, and then throw it on their chest. They be fine.
Hey, the doctor did say some honey, man. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the honey's always good.
Yeah, no, my grandmother used to make this stuff in this jar that kind of tasted like melted down silverware.
Nigga, she had you looking batteries, nigga.
And she I used to stay with her. I used to have to drink that every morning.
Oh,
and
God.
I tried to complain, but I was so scared of her that I was like, I just drank it. It was horrible. I don't know what it was.
Nigga.
I drank
Did
that
you get
for
sick?
years, man.
But did you ever get sick?
Of course I got sick. I was a kid. I was always
Yeah,
sick.
nigga, kids be eating dirt, eating their boogers, scratching their ass, and eating food.
Had colds, flus, all that. Yeah, I got
That's why
sick.
she made you keep taking it.
But was your alkaline levels right?
I think it was. I think that's what it's supposed to be or something, man. I swear to God.
I think you were more acidic, brother. You need to alkaline your chakras.
It was like, it looked. Nah, man. It looked like when they it looked like. I'll tell you what it looked like. It looked like the Terminator. See,
that liquid
not
shit.
the regular one.
nigga, you was drinking mercury, nigga. Your grandma, she had you drinking mercury. She was tired of you niggas.
Drink this mercury real
Drink
quick.
this mercury. She was done. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you little niggas coming over eating my shit. It's time for y'all to die. If you're dead, you can't get sick. If you
Hey, you can probably check James for Fahrenheit reading and see what the weather is outside. Nigga, it's 98 degrees outside.
Why this nigga just beeping? What the fuck is happening?
Why is this nigga glowing?
We're running Geiger counters over me. It's off the chart.
Hey, he don't
drinking straight nickel.
Hey, he don't mean nothing sexual when he tells his wife, "Let me take your temperature, baby. I mean, you might be sick. Let me take your temperature, make sure you all right."
You know, my nickname back in the day was Manhattan Project.
Oh, man.
Oh shit!
Niggas.
Oh, I love it, Black.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, Joe. You gonna stay on, or you about to bounce?
Yeah, I'm about to grab the other one.
All right, pimp.
All right, man.
All right, holla. All right, there. Now we are once again we are alone. All right, so we been talking conspiracies and nigga shit. Let's talk about niggas talking about us. So us, Jordan Peele, that came out what 2 weeks? Week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks.
Is this the third week
It's the third week. Yeah, this is the third week.
So initially, we'll start with the lady, Miss A.D.A. What did you think about the film?
I thought it was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think it was well done. I think it was a different type of horror movie than we've seen in a minute, or maybe at all. In the way he did it, I think there's a lot of underlying things happening in it that I think you might have to see the movie a few times to be able to catch. I think that it was good. It was a decent movie. It didn't have me like scared and grabbing the chair or anything, jumping, but there was like some like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen a few times. So that was good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Initial. All right. You, James?
And I think this is not. First of all, it's not Get Out.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't never supposed to be Get Out. I think some people were expecting to see Get Out Part 2 when this movie came out. It is not that. It's a totally different movie. It is a horror movie, but it is a horror movie with lots of metaphors and layers and things that it's a movie that you can't. It's not like, like horror movies have a lot of jump scares a lot of times, like just things to kind of like ooh, and for some people that makes a great horror movie. The more they jump, the better it is to them. The storyline is not always really important to them. If that's the kind of movie that you like, this is not for you. There are some jump scary parts, but that's not the core of the movie. This is like I said, it's full of metaphors. I think the horror element was good. I thought the acting was very good. Good dialogue. Jordan did a good use of his comedy chops, because there's moments in the movie where things are extremely tense, and there's a joke that kind of like eases you back a little bit, like, oh, okay, let's relax a little bit, and it kind of sets you up for the next thing. And that's just my initial thought, but there's tons of meaning and metaphors throughout this movie, from the first opening credit to the very end. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss it, and you're not getting what he's really trying to say with the movie.
Agreed. Say for me, I mean, and me and A.D.A talk about it, and I mean, I like the movie. I think I'm somewhere in between. I know there are people who expect it to be Get Out, or expect it to be like this shock horror film, and I don't know why they would think that, who didn't like it. And I know people who think it's like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I'm like, I don't know about that. But it's definitely, right. I mean, it's definitely a movie that I really enjoyed. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of it's very subtle. But I think in many ways that's how Get Out was, where it's subtle things here and there, and especially for like black folk. I mean, it's not Get Out. Don't get me wrong.
It's not, and I think Get Out's underlying message was very simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
But this is not.
Yeah, but I think from the standpoint of black folks, we got Get Out. But I think if you're not a black person, like the subtle thing of we joked about it at work, where the thing where he went to give old boy a pound and Get Out, and old boy was like this, like put his hand up and like hit his hand when he went to give him a pound. Niggas worldwide know what nigga. I went to give you a pound and you gave me the open hand, like it's a hand clap.
Mm-hmm.
Black people got that, but other people who are not in that community, in that culture, may not got that. So I think us was even just more subtle than that. I was using that as an example, where these subtle things where if you're not part of that community, you wouldn't have got that. That was a definite sign that something's fucking wrong. Something's not right. I guess we were just doing an initial thing, so I won't get too deep into it. We'll talk about it. But you know what? I'm the last person.
I think even what you're talking about now with the subtle things, like there were several subtle things that he did in this movie, like James was kind of alluding to. Like even from the beginning, when they're riding in the car.
I'm about to say that.
And I noticed it at first, but I was like, okay, maybe that's just no big deal, whatever. But then as the movie progressed and it gets to the end, I'm like, shit, that must have been something. And then once like when they're offbeat.
Yeah, a lot of
doing it offbeat
because she was doing the double snapping. You like niggas don't snap like that.
Spider. It was backwards, and then it was right. It's a whole bunch of that stuff in there.
But I'm talking about like the whole 5 on the thing where damn it, I don't want to pronounce her name wrong.
Lapita?
Yeah, Lapita, yeah. Where she's doing the like double tapping, and like in my mind, I'm like, niggas don't snap their fingers like that, especially not the 5 on it. And you're like, but it's that subtle thing.
Once you find out the reveal, everything. I'm telling you, this is like the biggest thing about this movie is once you get the reveal, everything you saw in the movie takes on a whole different meaning. What you thought the movie was and who you thought everybody was completely changes, and now you gotta rethink your whole mindset about what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I think for certain people that really didn't want to get that deep into it, I think that pissed a lot of people off.
It definitely, because it's like I think a lot of people want to go to like thrillers and it'd be mindless, not thinking. Shit hops out. Yeah. The black dude dies in the beginning. Somewhere in the middle of the film, a white woman falls down and gets killed.
In the middle? Did you say the black dude dies in the middle?
No, I said the black dude dies in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And somewhere in the middle, a white woman falls down, gets killed, and then somewhere in the end, there's the young white savior who kills the bad antagonist.
Right.
And that's not this movie. That's not this movie. And also, I mean, at the end of it, though, I mean, And maybe he did it on purpose. I mean, I don't want to think for the man. And like me and A.D.A were talking about it when they released the Blu-ray with the director's commentary. Mm-hmm. They really didn't delve deep into the people who are tethered.
No, he did that on purpose. I heard an interview.
Okay, so I mean, I'll wait for the director commentary.
He said that the whole tethered universe. He said it was a tough for him to balance how much he should give you.
But I also heard
he didn't want to tell you too much, but then he didn't want to tell you too little. So he tried to find some place in the middle. But he said it's a very fine line, and it may not have been enough, or some people might have been doing too much.
And I'm okay with that because in a lot of horror films, I mean, when I was a child, when I was 12 or 13, watching like Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, shit like that. Then it was like, oh, but now as I go back and watch as an adult, I'm like, that don't really make much fucking sense. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's fine. I think people, it's like when I hate to get off topic, but it makes sense. Like at a Driller today, they were talking about Captain Marvel, and they were like critiquing it and going through all these things about this and that, and this didn't happen, this didn't fall that way, and this didn't make sense. I'm like, so a movie about a woman where a spaceship explodes and she gets superpowers, you want everything to make sense?
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, just enjoy the movie. Did you enjoy the movie, nigga, or not? So sometimes Roger has to go, okay, you know what? In the sense of this movie, in the universe of this movie, does this make sense? And it does make sense. And what would happen was it'd be a 3-hour film with him trying to explain to us what the tether was, and then niggas would be, my black ass would have been in New York in the theater asleep.
Because I honestly think he there at the end where Red is giving like the explanation, I thought it was too long. I thought it was too much.
I actually enjoyed it.
I honestly thought it was too much. I thought it could have been. I think it could have been less. I don't think we needed it.
Yeah.
I actually think, and this is, I think the flaw for me in this movie is that he's tried to stuff it with too many underlying subtle metaphors and that sort of thing.
I think so.
I admire him for pushing the limits and trying to do it, but I think he tried to do way more than he probably was possible in this one film.
I think being too smart for a horror film.
You get muddy things somewhat. I think it could have been a cleaner film if he just would have backed off of some of that.
But I think that he's all. Of course, we're not him. But I think there's that thing where I want to make this smart film, kind of like Get Out was, but also make a more horror film, where it's the fine balance in that. So I think he may have, there's some, it's obvious there's some scenes where he may have overthought it. I will give you that. For sure.
Yeah. And, so obviously, spoiler alert.
I mean, we already talked about it pregame. If we 2 weeks out, dog, it's like it's like Game of Thrones, nigga. If you ain't seen it in 2 weeks out, I don't know what to tell you.
Just a couple things that I kind of like after I watched it.
But hold on. My name is Francisco Mejia. This is a trigger warning for the us. Right. Trigger. My bad. That's a horrible Frank impersonation.
Yeah.
Is that racist? Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Anyway, we're not here for that.
Yeah. It's just a couple things that after I saw it, I was like, okay, what's going on here? And I kind of, after listening to some other people's comments and kind of putting together, like one thing I was like, somebody asked, and which I was a good question, was like, why are they the tethered killing all their twin, the originals? And I was just like, is it just for revenge? For because Red is basically commanding to do so, or is there something else? And something that kind of somebody brought up, and I was like, oh wow, is that, remember they are tethered, and basically they are slaves to the originals.
Correct.
Because you remember, they were showing when the original made moves and they ate and they danced and all that.
Yeah, they're down there doing like
down below they were required to do it.
Yeah, like a puppet.
How do you free yourself? You gotta kill off the original.
Well, kill your master.
So it wasn't just about some type of revenge. It was about, this is how we get our freedom.
Mm-hmm.
From being controlled, is we kill off our master, basically, which I was like, kind of.
And you hear talks about that too.
Which is amazing, but then when we're all free, we just line up around the world and hold hands.
But I think that goes back with in the beginning of the movie, they were showing like some of the commercials, Hands Across America, that whole thing. So
and I think that's a good point you bringing up, because the thing is, they don't know how to live. They don't know what life is like outside of the underground.
They got a glimpse of it from that.
They don't know how to live life. So what did they do? They did what they were told to do, which is what Red told them to do, is we're going to do this symbolic thing. They don't understand why they're doing it. They just know that that's what they wanted them to do, and that's all they know is what they've been told to do.
Because that's the last thing that she knew as a child, for the most part.
That's right. That's the last thing she knew, was that, and this is a powerful symbol, and this is our powerful symbol. So they didn't know how to go out there, because they tried. Like some of them, especially with the white doppelgangers, they kind of tried to live, like their original counterparts, but they didn't really know what they were doing. They were just kind of like, like the guy was in the robe and he was kind of walking around trying to imitate him, but he didn't really know what he was doing, So they didn't really know how to live life above ground. Yeah. So they just did what they were kind of told to do.
But like you said,
really, did they really get their freedom? I don't know.
Like you said, going back to it's definitely a hindsight thing. And something like when at the end, when the big reveal comes and you're watching the movie, you're like, but that something should have made sense to us. Like, that's not even less than halfway through. Why was Red the only one that was able to talk?
Yes.
Everyone else is kind of like, rrr, rrr, rrr. And she's like that whole, and then I gave birth to.
And why she talked like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because she's been underground with no one to talk to.
And remember, she choked her.
Yeah.
And when they initially met in the funhouse, so her throat was probably damaged.
Yep. Damaged, and then the symbolism as far as why she changed her up when she came to the surface, because when she
changed her to the bed.
Yeah, it's like like I said, it's a lot. And if you're just looking at it, you're like, oh fuck. But if you're looking at it like lazily as just your regular,
yes.
And not to shade,
use your brain a little bit and kind of like do some analysis on it.
Yeah,
you're gonna say that it sucks and I hated it and it's the worst movie I ever saw. Probably.
It's definitely a lot of
willing to kind of take, because Jordan Peele, and I said it in a Facebook post, he's challenging you with this movie as a viewer.
There's like a lot there, a lot of meat and potatoes as far as like classism, racism,
classism. I think classism is the biggest theme in this movie. I think.
Correct.
The haves and the have-nots. The symbolism of the escalator only going down, where it's easy to go down, but it's damn hard to get back up to the top.
Yeah, but then also to the other end, like in order to be free, we have to break ourselves from our masters.
Right, which sometimes means you got to kill them.
Yeah. I mean, as I'm saying it, but like you said though, it's like if you go back as a slave, once I kill my master, what do we do now?
What do we do
now? What exactly?
What does freedom look like? What is freedom?
What is freedom?
All the and that's what, and like you think about like, and you see a lot of like, and I hate to say it, a lot of soldiers come in the military 18 years old, and for like sometimes 2 months to a year straight, someone tells you how to live, what to do, what to eat, when to eat, how to love, what to love, and then they send you to fucking Korea for your first assignment. How do I live now? There's no one here to wake me up. There's no one. But even you ain't gotta go as far as like military.
Prisoners also.
Hey, go. You ain't gotta be secluded as that. First year in college. 18 years, your parents have told you what and what not to do, what to love, what to hate, when to get up. The teacher told you when to do your homework, and now you got 2 classes on Monday. What do you do with the rest of your time? What does freedom look the fuck like? Ain't nobody tell you not to drink. Ain't nobody tell you not to fuck. Ain't nobody tell you not to smoke that wacky tobacco. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just it's every. What does freedom look like? What is freedom to you, and what do you do with it? I mean, like I said, it's a lot to that movie.
Play, man. That's what I mean. It's layered, man.
Yeah.
It's so me, and I think that's something that he wanted to leave up to the viewer too. Get your own interpretation out of this. Also, make your own determinations based on what you've seen, and that sparks that thought.
Correct.
That conversation. He wants us to talk about this stuff. I mean, he's got everybody talking about it. If he didn't do anything else with this movie besides make a lot of money, he got people talking.
So at the end, when the boy looks at the mama, what's that look about to you?
Oh man!
So
like me and A.D.A talked about it.
Yeah. I was thinking about it more, and part of me wonders if the boy was switched too. Because the boy, remember the whole entire movie, the boy can't do the simple magic trick that he's been known to do.
Correct. He said the magic trick I did last year.
Yeah.
Now he's like,
but now he can't do it. All
can't do it.
But his doppelganger was able to, not that, but he was able to light a match. He could start fire.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he was burned up too.
See, the fact that the doppelganger was burned up, that leads me to believe that's not him.
But who knows when it got burned up?
I mean, but the boy can talk.
Yeah, so can what's her name?
But she had been on the plant. She had been above ground for numerous years. Cause remember when she first came above ground, she couldn't talk for a while, and they were like, "I just want my."
That's when she was in therapy, right?
Correct.
You think about kids just being malleable, so he could have learned how to talk sooner than.
But
an adult who comes out could, but the girl.
Well, no, but she came out as a child though. She came out as a child though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for a while she didn't talk.
But yeah, and the son that was above ground controlled the other one, which it should have been the opposite.
Correct.
Say again?
If he was switched.
Remember the whole. I think they made a point to let you know that they weren't switched. Because he was able, when he backed up.
Even before then, when they were sitting in the closet,
like when he would mirror him.
Yeah, the kid backed up, but then they also try to reinforce the fact.
Or maybe that was just like a thing of like I used to have to do everything you do. Now you have to do everything I do.
But that'd be an unexplained like plot twist that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, how did that happen? How's that?
So why can't the boy do the trick anymore? And why does the mom at the end, when she's going back, she takes the new boy or the real boy supposedly like snatches him
to punish the mom whose child just not got killed.
Is it to punish or is it to take her own son back?
No, because I think they make a point because not Red, but Lupita's character who's above ground, they make a point to focus on her showing pain when old boy backs into the fire.
Yeah, because
that's her tethered son.
Because they're still
But then again, though, they're
her child, but they still look like her children.
Yeah, but then
that's why she had the moment with the girl when she was hanging in the tree, even though technically that wasn't supposed to be her daughter. It still is her daughter as far as she can see,
but then that's it. There are plot holes there. Why is the tethered girl able to run much faster than the girl above ground? So
I was reading something about that, and it was about how the girl in the beginning, the dad, Gabe, is telling the daughter like, if you run in the sand, you'll be so much faster, and then the girl underground is running through who knows what. Which maybe that's what makes her faster.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right, but that happens all in the span of a week.
How do you know? She might have been running all her life.
Might have been running all her life.
Because the girl upstairs on overground is running.
I'm just going by what you. I'm just going by what you stated. During that time frame, he said, "Well, yeah, just run in the sand when we're here on the beach, and you'll run faster." That happens within a week.
The girl's been running track for years. That's why they were like, "You're not gonna run track anymore."
I get it.
So whatever that girl had been doing to practice,
I get what you're saying.
Underground is not running on a track, and she's not running on grass. She's running on whatever. Because even when those people were eating in the amusement park or the theme park, whatever that thing is called,
they're in the hallway.
The people underground were doing it in random places.
Well, right.
So if she's running and training and doing all this stuff, the girl underground is running and training on who knows what.
What I'm saying, you're left to assume because all we're shown is hallways with flat surfaces. That's all I'm saying. You're left to assume what she's running in. So if we're left to assume that the girl down below is running on a flat surface.
Maybe.
So that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, you're pointing out a plot hole. It doesn't make sense. So, but once again, it makes you think. So it can think either way. To me though, all I'm showing is these tunnels are below ground and flat. But they also say there are numerous tunnels throughout the continent of the United States, also throughout the world.
Right.
So she might. So you're right, A.D.A. She might run anywhere. You're right.
Does make the case that you're only seeing one small part of what the underground system looks like.
Yeah, so I agree. I agree with A.D.A. So yeah. So it definitely allows you to stretch out. It definitely allows you to think about it. So and I think and I also heard a different podcast. Someone was saying they said the same thing that A.D.A. said was like, who knows where this girl was running? Mm-hmm. Because with other girl but the thing is though, all I said is the girl above ground did not look like, especially A.D.A. who's a track coach. She did not look like a girl who had been running track for numerous years. Mm-hmm. But the other girl, the tether, she got up there, nigga, she doing the motherfucker. Oh, let me get my arm, let me stretch my arm.
She did that like Usain Bolt.
She did that Usain Bolt stretch. Yeah. I was like, ooh, she about to get her.
And maybe it's that the daughter above ground had lost her enthusiasm.
That's what I was thinking about too.
Because
she already said she's done. She's like,
she lost her enthusiasm, so not putting in the same kind of effort. Whereas the one on the ground ain't got no choice but she got to run.
Hey, I thought about all the other films we watched where you try to figure out how the bad person catches the white woman, and I said, my nigga Jordan about to show us how it happened. They just better. Jordan Peele just said, "Oh, they just stretch and they just faster, nigga. That's how they catch them." So, hey, but once again, but a simple scene leads to discussion. So, and that I do. I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna write people off if they don't like the movie. I definitely believe. No, I
don't, and I'm not, and that's why I try to make it clear in my post is that I understand why people didn't like the movie, are confused, and it put them off. I get that, But
I look at it the same way when people expect too much from like a comic book movie or action film movie. I'm just like, what did you expect? Exactly. It's labeled as I guess a horror film. So. What is that? I mean, I usually ask people, what did you expect from it? And like a lot of people who say they didn't like it, it's like, oh, I thought it was going to be jump out, it's going to be scary. I'm like, so you wanted a deep movie where you also jumped out scared? I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think that even if you don't try to think deeper into the movie, it was still a good movie. There was good stuff happening. There were twists, there were turns. You didn't have to be thinking about all the stuff. It was still good.
And just like I said, the performances from Lupita to Winston Duke to the kids and all that was top notch.
Hey,
even the white family, the mom, she was in the dad. They were real good. I mean, there was a lot of good performances in the movie. The music, the way that they remixed "I Got 500" for the end. Yeah, come on, man.
Boom, boom, boom.
That was genius.
Boom, boom, boom. Right. And A.D.A. especially like Duke Winston's performance. We ain't gonna talk about that. But anyway,
the corny dad.
She's just a fan of his. But no. Actually though, I did enjoy him in this film because it's like, I hope he gets more work though. To go from even Black Panther wasn't like he had a lot of screen time.
But he stood out in that movie though. He got a lot of
attention. He did stand out, but he also showed range coming back to it because he definitely. I didn't see M'Baku in this movie.
No, he's definitely shown that
he was like a big ass corny nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like it'd be a dude you'd be like, you play football? He'd be like, nah, nigga, I'm IT, nigga. What you talking about?
Real dude, right? That's and I'm telling you, that's the one thing I like about this. This is not. I mean, they talked about some things racially, but for the most part, this was just a family on vacation. And shit goes left.
That scene when he was in the bed trying to look, I guess, sexy. Every nigga in America felt that, dog. Like, I know this ain't the time, but I want it to be the time. You know what I'm
saying? When you trying to tell jokes to your kids that they think
they're not getting it.
Look, that's every dad out there.
I was like, ooh, I did that with the twins before. I'd be like, yeah, ha ha ha. They like, nigga,
my
you
daughter
old.
Still does it to me. She 20-something years old. She still give me the same look.
My twins look at me like, nigga, you old. I ain't get that reference.
Right, exactly.
Go to sleep. Hey, go to sleep so we can play Fortnite, nigga. So I mean, definitely levels. Hey, also, I don't know who's listening, but American movie people, please, more Duke Winston. That way, A.D.A will go to the movies.
Yeah, now he's got some other stuff because I be.
Hey, look how big she's smiling. Look how big she's smiling. She's smiling big as shit.
He's a good actor. He's a good actor.
Oh, he's a good actor. Okay, he's a good actor. He's a good actor.
He just got through saying it.
I heard more than that from the ladies. So he's popular with the ladies. I know.
Yeah. Oh, he real popular. Huh?
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. I don't know why for some reason she want me to fucking put some furs on and that mask on and I can't get no loving in the house. We will not have it. We will not have it. I can't. There's no loving in the household unless I do that every time. You want me to do what to you?
Go vegetarian.
Huh?
Trying to make you go vegetarian.
Yeah, I gotta wear like 8 fucking fur rabbits around the house. But hold on, I'm wearing all this fur, but I gotta eat vegetables. All right. Oh, Dr. Sebi ass nigga. Matter of fact, Duke Winston might be the Dr. Sebi of the fucking Black Panther universe, nigga. We would not have it anyway. So I guess final.
So yeah,
go ahead. My bad.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, we could go on about this for a long time, but overall, I just say I like this movie. I'm probably gonna go see it again this week. I'm gonna be honest.
I want to see it again.
Just because I feel like I know a little bit more. And I got a few more things figured out, so I kind of want to put that to the test, by seeing it again.
Have you seen the Twilight Zone episodes?
Nah,
because it's on CBS.
The first one you can watch on YouTube.
Access.
Okay. You can watch the first one on YouTube.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna watch it then.
It's the comedian.
The comedian. Yeah.
Me and A.D.A just watched it.
Yeah, because they got my show on. They other show on there, Star Trek Discovery. I'm like, man,
nigga.
Yeah.
We talked about that last year.
Yeah, because I was.
They got the light skin Klingons, nigga.
Right.
They got light skin Klingons.
They got light skin Klingons, dog.
Klingons is way different in this.
They way different.
Huh.
Yeah.
You had to watch. Well, I can't watch it because I don't have CBS All Access.
I might just go ahead. I didn't know. Yeah, what you do like Star? I might have to go do the $5.99 on Prime. But yeah, the first.
You can add it on Amazon.
Yeah, you can add. I think it's $5.99 a month. You can add on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's not
a month.
Really,
I thought you meant like one time to watch the season.
No, I'm telling you, I'm just gonna wait till the season is over.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna get it for a month, and I'm gonna binge watch it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like I said,
that's what I'm gonna do with. That's what I'm about to do when because as soon as Game of Thrones is done, I'm cutting off my HBO.
Yeah.
And I'm going over to Showtime for a minute. I got some shows I want to watch over there, and then when I get through watching them,
you watched Barry?
Oh, that's right. Barry is coming up. Yeah. I think by the time Game of Thrones is done, Barry will be over, so I get to watch it.
But Barry one of them shows that people don't really fuck with, so you won't get people don't really talk about it a lot, but it's good.
Spoilers.
Niggas need to watch.
Barry's a real good show.
Yay.
I'll tell you the best one on the show is Henry Winkler, dog.
Hey, dog. Hey,
dude.
Dog. He don't. Hey, he just be like, hey,
he's so good on that show.
Hey, do
he's
your
so
best.
Weird, but he's like the best character.
Hey,
dude.
do your best, nigga. You're not good.
Like the Fonz is still the Fonz in his own way.
Hey, dog. Hey, that nigga the coach. Hey, you're not good, but you do your best.
All right, yeah, Waterboy. Yeah.
Shit.
Barry's a real good show, though.
Yeah,
it is.
But definitely, watch that first one on YouTube, dog. It's I won't say it's not like it's not wow amazing, but it's still good. I thought it was good, and it makes you definitely think. And I think that's what the Twilight Zone has always been about. It ain't like, oh my goodness, but it definitely falls in line with Twilight Zone, where it makes you think about the what ifs of the actions of the characters in the show. It definitely does that. Yeah.
All right.
So what about you, A.D.A? So final on Us. Did you like?
Good. I definitely want to see it again to catch all these things that I didn't catch, or that come like after you're done. You're like, oh, maybe that's why, or is that why? Oh, look at that. So now I want to see it again. I don't know if I want to pay to see it in the theater, but at some point I will watch it again.
Yeah.
And see it.
Definitely.
So.
I wish they still had the dollar theater.
Ooh.
Remember when like you wait a few weeks and then the movie you want to see goes to the dollar theater and you see it for a couple bucks?
Doing Truman Corners, dog. Going Truman Corners to watch the show.
Truman Corners or Briarwood.
The Briarwood.
Or Independence Count Square.
After a while, Red Bridge.
Yep. That's a good old day, man.
Damn. Sorry, y'all who are not local. We naming all these.
Who are not from Kansas City, right?
Kansas City, Missouri spots where you go watch the dollar show.
But if you're from a major city and you're about 40 years old or older, you know about the dollar show.
But Briarwood was so lazy, dog. You go in there, pay $1, nigga, and watch all the shows. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you stay there all day.
They would. Yeah, I know you've been here for at least 8 hours, nigga. But I don't care.
But you know, the thing about the Briarwood, you kind of had to already have seen it because you wasn't gonna hear it.
No.
Because everybody was in there clowning the whole time. It was like a big ass party.
Nigga. I love it. But actually though, damn, I didn't even bring it back up, but you brought up a good. I actually enjoyed watching the movie with people of color because me and A.D.A had like some black folks around us, and they was adding to it, dog. It was good. Them old nose at the right time. That's good, dog. I was like, ooh, I forgot about that.
Dude, me and my daughter are terrible at the movies.
Nigga.
Me and her go to movies. Oh, we clowning. We clown.
And the thing is, I don't
we are the black people at the movies that people wish was not there.
But I've never, and I think it became a thing where people made jokes about it. I've never minded that. I mind people who are just talking about random shit.
Yes, that's my problem. It's people that are having a side conversation.
Nigga, if a bitch hop out the closet with her head cut off and you go, oh shit, nigga. I'm like, yeah, oh shit.
Oh, run, nigga. That's cool.
But like 3 years ago, when a nigga's phone was ringing loud as fuck, old white man's phone was ringing. As a matter of fact, it wasn't a nigga. Old white man's phone was ringing in the theater loud as fuck. And not only did he answer it in the theater and then stood up and went to the side of the wall, didn't leave, and like, I'm at the movies. I'm like, hey man, get the fuck off the phone, nigga. The movie's going on. That's me. That's the shit I mind. I don't mind anybody, whether it be niggas, white people, Mexicans, Asians, saying, oh shit, oh God, don't do that.
Right.
That's, I love that shit. I grew up with that shit. I miss that shit. I don't like niggas who just random fucking conversations.
Because I remember when we went to go see Infinity War last year, because we were actually in Denver when we saw Infinity War, so I was clowning there because nobody know me.
Ooh. Yeah, so, I know you was. Niggas be clowning. Niggas be clowning out of state.
Just out my ass. They was laughing though. They was laughing at me.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of side note noses, noises. If you go to a Broadway show, please don't have fucking 20 pounds of saran wrap opening your sandwich up. Nigga, we went to go see Wicked. They cool. They understand you're gonna bring your food and your drink in. They so cool with it. They make an announcement saying, please open all your shit before the show begins.
Like potato chip bags and all that kind of stuff?
Nigga, these white women behind us had to have a fucking 20-pound ball of saran wrap and decided today's the day we gonna unravel this shit. Dog, nigga, because like at first I was like, you hear this,
right?
I'm like, the fuck, nigga?
It was never ending.
I'm looking at A.D.A. like, what the fuck's going on? And so she get that black woman turned around like, I mean, they stopped, but I'm like, they made a clear announcement like, open all your shit before the lights go down.
Even if they don't make an announcement, you should know better. Like they didn't need to make the announcement for me to open our shit.
Yeah.
Like make sure it was open wide enough so that you could stick your hand.
Or like, cause like we had like our little bottles that we brought in, so we wait for like the loud, open up real quick, so like, when they got the loud singing going on, seeing them right here.
Because that's why they give you the damn candy in a box.
Nigga, yes.
So you ain't got that little package making all that goddamn...
Nigga, dog, I swear to God, these bitches brought us saran ball wrap in and was just... I'm like, what did they buy that has this much wrapping? And why did they bring it to a Broadway show, nigga? Why? Anyway, that's our public service announcement. All right, so I think we pretty much covered what we wanted to cover. We good. Any closing arguments, statements?
Oh no, no. It was. I think we had a nice little round table here.
Nice little round table.
Yeah.
Some ladies here. Hi.
Yeah, it's good to have the some new blood.
That new blood.
Show,
A.D.A. coming off the. You know what? We ain't gonna be. Just cause we together, we ain't gonna be nice to her. She came off the bench. She off that. She getting them bench minutes. We gonna treat her like everybody else.
Amen. Nah, she came in. She came in draining threes.
Came in draining three. Hey,
She wasn't just standing around.
Shit, big A.D.A. Ori.
Right.
Three. Shoot it. Shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. It's like.
Right.
Hey, you seen that commercial?
Oh yeah.
The barbershop quartet, nigga.
I was thinking about Chappelle show.
Yes.
Prince. Shoot the J.
Shoot the J.
Shoot it.
Game. Blouses. Yeah, crazy. But yeah. So damn, I don't have my little. I'm gonna have Frank give me that speech. Yeah, but anybody out there, you know where to find us. Nicaraguan Podcast. You go to Google's, type in Nicaraguan. You will find us. Nicaraguan Podcast, Nicaraguan Pod, Nicaraguan _podcast. Anywhere, but once again, Nicaraguan. We're the one and only. We've done the research. We made it easy for you to find us. So, it's not somber, but once again, shout out to the big homie, 10 Meters and his family on the passing of his father. So, salute to you, my G. Much love to you and yours, man. Nicaraguan Podcast, Casey Stork, half of the Twin Brothers of Doom, my man, big man James, A.D.A. coming off the bench, last minute coming from the G League. Bang, bang! And Frank ain't here. So